Monday morning in the U.S. Army. First, we're going to recover the Monday morning ops meeting. If you have a great chain of command, then they will have their ops meetings in the morning. Now, sometimes in your unit, don't know if you've ever wondered when you're supposed to get released on a Friday, why it's 3 o'clock, you're at final formation, and all of a sudden you find out that you have to go mow the battalion, or you have to mow the motor pool, or a police call needs to be done. This is a failure on your platoon sergeant and platoon leader. Having sat in many early morning ops meetings, usually right before first formation or PT formation on a Monday morning, usually the command team, your first sergeant and the CO or XO, one of those three will put out the tasks that need to perform during the week. You write your notes down, you gather the information from the operations meeting, and then usually your platoon sergeant or platoon leader, for whatever reason, sits on it. Next, for Monday morning, we will talk about PT. Now, in my experience, this is my experience, which may differ from yours, and if it does differ and you had a great experience overall, then put that down in the comments section. Leave your hate there. So, you have one or two things on Monday morning. You will have PT, where you train to time versus the standard. And training to time versus the standard in the Army is where you have a clock rider and they look at their watch and it's like, oh, it's 7:25. It's 5 minutes before PT starts. We can't stretch now. Let's go for a run that takes 40 plus minutes to accomplish. Oh, by the way, you still gotta make 9 o'clock first formation at the motor pool on Monday morning. Losers. Also on Monday morning, you will have the chance of doing ability group fun. I call it ability group fun because, well, it's not fun. It's really called ability group run. And you have your fast boys, those are in the A group. You have B runners or B group, C group, and possibly a D or E group, depending upon how many fat boys you got and how heavy your female population is. Now, I always ran a 7-minute mile, which isn't exactly A group material, but I always tried to run A group to make myself better. But not only that, A group doesn't punish you, in my experience. You fall out of an A group run, hey, that time's on you to make it to the end and back, or to make it to a stopping point or turnaround point and come back. B group, you get punished. B group will do the full loop, but you will turn around and repeat hills and other sections of the roadway plenty of times to pick up all the fallouts and stragglers. You get punished in B group. C and D group, they're never held to the standard and never have to run the full distance that the B group does because they're so slow. C group will get punished and not held to the standard. And D group, they're just so slow they won't even make it in time. Alright, now that I think we've pretty much covered morning formation and PT, next on the list for Monday is Motor Pool Monday, or officially called Command Maintenance. Awesome chain of commands will not allow you to have appointments on Monday, which is fair and understandable. This is where you will learn that your cooks and your office personnel never have to come do command maintenance, and if they do, it's rarely. Cooks work different hours than a standard line unit, so that's kind of forgivable. But on Motor Pool Monday, you'll have first formation, and this is where hopefully your awards and promotions will happen, but that's usually held off till recall formation on Friday afternoon, where when you're supposed to get released at 1500, you have your award ceremony right then and your recall formation then. So after first formation on Monday morning, at the motor pool that is, this is where you'll be released by, if it's a battalion sergeant major, then you'll be released to your companies and you will go conduct command maintenance. It takes anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour to PMCS your vehicles. That's if you just got standard Humvees and MTVs or LMTVs, FMTVs, whatever you want to call them. But your chain of command wants you to stay there. The supply system's broken, has been for years. There's a lack of money, lack of budget, lack of parts, you name it. You know, can't get parts in. But this is where you will basically be a prisoner until 11:30, 12 o'clock. Some chains of command even go so far as you gotta march to the motor pool instead of being able to drive and park there. That's understandable. You know, saves time on parking space and whatnot. You know, also on Monday, it's usually mandatory in my units anyway that you have to dispatch your vehicle. Issue with dispatching your vehicle on Mondays is that maintenance platoons are pretty good for only having one clerk to dispatch vehicles, and that's usually like the sickest person there that's never at work. Or you play the runaround games to find a mechanic to come certify your PMCS. And it's all a big fist hump at times. So this has been Leland Gaunt concluding your Military Monday. Call it how you see it, take it how you live.